Alrighty then, hello everybody and welcome to BRL Season 16, Round 4 here at Belgium. Just making sure everything's all okay here. Yeah, it should be okay. Right, perfect. Anyway, we are here at a Spa-Francorchamps, which just started raining at the start of this session. As you can see, already about 5 minutes into this qualifying session. A lot of this was me just trying to get everything sorted as I only just came home. Someone's already been disqualified going the wrong way. Have they? Oh no! Have they span? Oh no! I mean, whatever it is, they've. I think they span a chicane trying to do rear locked and then try to get back on track and maybe disqualified. I'm not sure what Wissy's done there, but yeah, as you can actually tell, we have a lot of new names on the grid, and because that is why we weren't here last week. We really got to promotion, and yeah, there we go. We've got quite a load of new names here. Leon, I believe, drives here for the first time this season, although obviously he is in that Mercedes car. BRV6K, he's another person that's new. Nianga Ghost, he's another person new. Real Bricky, another person that's new. Penguin, he's another person that's new. Dr. Che and Wissy are also another two people that are new here. So yeah, quite a load of new people out of here. Alex and Wisburn, both currently top of the times in there, but Alex by a lot more of a margin. I'm just going to give you a very quick second here. I'm just going to make sure my live timing is still okay. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, just come back there. Believe everything here is now all fully sorted. Problem is, though, is that I just saw a car almost hit the small one there as he, I think, was starting his lap. I think it was the Audi, I think a Penguin? Yeah, I believe it was. So yeah, I think, especially with some people here, we need to look at the pace difference of people. Currently, Dr. Shea, look at that time there. P2 currently. We know he's going to be quite fast here, and I mean, for the Haas car, not doing too bad. Yeah, obviously there's some of these other people here, like for example, Nian Ghost, Real Bricky. This is more like sort of a sightseer pace at the minute, although BRV currently looking like he's just gone fastest through that first sector. I don't know if the track is meant to be drying up at all, but if it is, then that is going to be quite interesting. Right now, Blackburn, I'm sorry, as I've just said that, I've just noticed Blackburn here on the soft tyre alongside Rio Harris. Actually, Rio Harris has gone quite early, so let's see. Is this soft tyre lap going to be enough to put him onto pole position? Let's have a look across the line. Yes, it is. So right now, we're currently on the bubble between softs and intermediates. Maybe some people can still get some good intermediate tyre laps out there. Leon there, unfortunately for him, he's broken his wing. And there's a yellow flag a little bit further down there. Who is it? Always with the small one. Looks to have span on the exit. So be careful to not do what Wissy did, which I believe is just try his best to get back on track. And unfortunately, disqualify himself. He's got McLaren behind him, not wanting to get him involved. Yeah, he should be all good to recover that car, and he should be all okay. But yeah, this is something I was talking about here. Let's have a look at Blackburn so far. Let's see where his middle sector roughly is, if it's purple at all or not. Not yet, so maybe he's not feeling most comfortable with it at the minute. BRVK currently, looking like he's on a lap. Does go a couple sets quicker, but he's unfortunately not going anywhere higher up on the field so far. Meanwhile, Leon having to try and make through traffic here. Everything should be all okay for him, as I think Thomas just came across the line there for a P6. Wismer currently on lap 2. Alex was on a lap 6 sets up as well, so actually he could have been right there with Rio Harris. But yeah, nothing so far. Penguin across the line there. 2 minutes 30, so I believe that is just another outlap for him. Blackburn may be doing the same there for 2 outlaps, because that is a very slow lap time when you compare it to Rio Harris out in front. And we know how quick Blackburn could be. So maybe that was just a sightseeing lap for him to go and do. Meanwhile, I think that was Ephonology there. He came across the line for a P10. I think Wisman will be the next one across the line. 7 tenths up currently. He could be challenging for that front row spot. I've not seen Bluebird yet, but I'm going to give him an invite just in case. Not sure if he is here or not still, but anyway, across the line, Wisberg goes. He does get onto the front row currently, but no one is challenging Rio Harris currently on them soft tyres. Essex Perry there currently. Let's see where he's up. 1.1 seconds That's a lot of time for him to gain on that one lap. That could put him up onto the front row so far. And obviously, a lot of this provisional, but some of these laps will count, especially if later on the track dries out and eventually we see, well, only way I could call it is just a lot of invalidations, because a lot of people here will probably gamble on a set of softs for the end of the session, because why not? They've got nothing to lose. Essex Perry across the line. Let's see. Look at that lap time, Essex Perry across there for the front row. We know occasionally he's got some great qualifying laps in him. And I think a big example of that, I think, was Silverstone Reverse last season. I believe it was last season. I think him and his teammate, I think the Swan at the time, they popped it first and third on the grid. So they definitely do have some pace around here, or at least around in qualifying. Let's have a quick look who else is going to come across the line. I think BRBK was going to, but he is aborted. Hasn't come across the line to finish his lap. He's all okay. Thomas comes into the pit lane. I think a lot of people here are going to come into pit lane right now because the switch is coming for most of these guys right now. Yeah, look, that way in the pit lane too, but he's on the softs. And obviously, it is still raining out there as Penguin jumps 32 seconds ahead of his time to go up into P14. A Ram left currently out there on the soft tyres, but looks like getting held up a little bit by a V-carb. Maybe with Nian Ghost. Yeah, Nian Ghost actually on the soft tyres as well. I'm comparing to Best, and here we go. This is why we're going to have to stop comparing to Best, because half the drivers now on intermediates, half the drivers on softs. I think this will just be about getting that lap in as late as possible. But at the same time, you've got to be in it in terms of track limits to get the lap in. Obviously, Essex Perry right now currently sat P2, but that's on intermediate tyre. And now most of the people here on softs will definitely be going quicker than that, especially once the session ends. So all they need to do is just make sure their lap is valid, and they'll be all okay. Rio Harris across the line. He's obviously going to go fastest by nearly 1.6 seconds to the rest of the field there, but obviously next driver there on intermediate, so we could be seeing some big leaps from some people here. Is all that look what? Why did that not? Oh, it was Penguin there. Penguin on the intermediates. Unfortunate for him, but I think it kind of tells now the intermediates are not the tyre to be on. Ramliff will come across the line here. Let's see where he goes. Up to second. So there you go, on the soft tyres as well. Let's have a quick look. Who else is going to come across the line in a second? I think it's Henson. No, it was definitely someone. Nian Ghost actually probably to start a lap there. So let's see here. Wisman, I think, is going to finish a lap here. No, it's not. It's a Ferrari. They always get me, these guys. Is it Hazard across the line? Yeah, there you go. Goes fastest as well on the soft tyres. So this is what I mean, is that as it stands, this is the grid. But obviously, a lot of these guys on their fastest laps do have those intermediate tyres put on. A lot of people now have got the softs put on, but it's still a bit struggling out here. Our Henson is going to come across the line. Looks like he's very skatey out that final corner, but there you go. Goes fastest as well. So our Henson and Hazard, 1-2 currently. They're the two most recent drivers to come across the line on a set of soft tyres. But we're having to now see where are most of the other people in this field in relation to their previous times. Real Bricky there's going to be very careful as he sees, I believe that's Essex Perry trying to come round there on the intermediate still, interestingly. So I actually want to watch this lap for a decent hour. I'll definitely at least watch it with some interest, because right now, Essex Perry and Wisburn, actually, those are the two I want to watch. Because I think we're going to see Penguin come across the line. Always left. We'll give that one an invite back just in a moment's time. Who's that come across the line now? Wisburn. No, decides against finishing the lap, because if he finishes that now, that's it. That's his time over. Oh, wait, I can't invite Penguin because I haven't got him friended. Someone needs to do that for me. Oh, Lord. Meanwhile, though, Dr. Shea, this looks like a pretty nice lap put together there. Really clean. Round that final corner, across the line he goes, and there we go. 1.8 seconds. This is either a serious bit of track drying, or that is the pace being flexed there by Dr. Shea. Essex Perry across the line, he goes third. So realistically, it is also always Real Bricky there goes wide. He's got to come into the pit lane, surely. Does his best to. And let me see if Penguin's got me added. I don't think any of these people are. No, I don't believe so. Someone will have to invite him as soon as possible if they can. That is anyone inviting anyone on this video. Penguin, you're on Xbox, I believe, so you might be able to get a lap in. If no one's going to be able to invite you. But yeah, look at the times here. There is a lot of different things going on. And I think Thomas has got this quite spot on. I think it's good to go for a lap now. And in case you invalidate it, you've got that second chance. You've got the time to do it. You've got the fuel to do it as well, especially. It's a good strategy from Thomas to do here because Dr. Shea right now, unless he's got more fuel in that car, which he doesn't, that is probably Dr. Shea's last lap. So he's done his best to get a good lap in right now. But there you go. Look, Thomas currently faster in that middle sector. Essex Perry as well needs to get off of those intermediate tyres. But I think he's pushed it too much now. He's got no fuel in this car. He needs to make it round quite quick as well. But I don't think he's going to be able to make it round in time. I think that's Essex Perry done as well in this session. He might fall down the field quite a lot here as Thomas is going to be doing his best to get further up the field. Let's see where Leon is currently. He's only 7 seconds away from the pole time, but he's already 1 second up on his time. For example here, BRV, he's currently 8.2 seconds down. This lap is going 6.7 seconds up. But right now, he has got hardly any battery to play with. Let's see, can he find improvement here? Because right now, that lap was still put in like 3rd place. So this is going to be a very shaken up grid if people aren't going to be able to get their laps done in time. Here we go. BRV is going to come across the line now. Where is he going to put his car? He's going to put it on pole now. So with very little battery, he's currently the fastest man out on track. Interesting to see. Let's see who else came across the line here. Thomas. We saw he was going very quickly so far. Has he managed to keep that going throughout the rest of this lap? It looks pretty tidy right now. And making sure he's going to get the traction here on the exit. A little bit squirmy there. But across the line he goes. He goes 1.3 seconds faster than BRVK there. Really good lap there from Thomas. But it did look very hooked up. Leon here, I think he's on an out lap. And he's going quicker than his intermediate time by nearly 5 seconds. That tells you what is going on here. I think Niang here, though, he has not got anything else in him. As Rio Harris also leaves, that's going to be a problem there. Not too sure what else to do here, though, currently, as, yeah, I could maybe invite Rio Harris back in. Penguin, unfortunately for him, is still stuck there. Black across the line. He goes fastest by a second. Will some people need to make it to the line now? I believe they all will. I'm going to try and quickly invite Rio Harris if we can. Rio Harris, there he is. Perfect. Right, let's see. Who else are we going to need to come on board with now? BRVK actually could have one more lap in him by the end of this qualifying session. I have to wait and see. Swan's currently starting his lap. Keep in mind, I think the rain is now stopped. Actually, no, sorry. Swan completed his lap. He's up in second right now. I thought he was on an out lap currently, but no, he is not. Who else is coming through here? I think Real Brookie's starting his lap. Who else have we got? F1ology's going to start his lap too. But Rio Harris, actually, that's a big shame for him. He's disconnected at the time he really did not want. He's not going to set that final flying lap that he wants. Let's see here, Alex here. He's going to be able to set it, but now there's going to be a bit of a car park here in the final sector as we've got 1, 2, 3 cars all gunning for pole position here. We've got Ferrari that went a bit wide there. Is that Hazard? Yeah, it is. All wide. Essex Perry, he's on the soft tyre. But he's obviously on an outlap here. The guys on the outlap's got to make it here. Dr. Shea, Essex Perry, and Rio Harris, none of them have made it. Hopefully the AIs don't block anyone. That's the only issue here, because that can occasionally happen. Across the line, a McLaren will go over Thomas. No, he's done. He's out of this session now. His best is going to be third on the grid. Let's see who else is currently going here. Niang has not got enough fuel left. He's got to be sure not to impede anyone else there. Dr. Shea, obviously, he's out too. Who will be the first one to come across the line here? I believe it's Cadillac. And I think that is off Blackburn. If he's got another lap in him, no, he's not. He's going to just cut the final chicane there. Just do that for him. It's not going to be Alex who's going to come across the line first. It's going to be Leon. 7.5 seconds up currently. Let's see where this lap is going to put him. Because once again, it is all about getting to the line for those final laps. And Leon there goes up into P2. Who is next? Across the line, Dr. Shea. Obviously, there's his AI there, so he cannot make anything work of that. And Ramlev is going to be next. 3.9 seconds up, but he hasn't validated. So that is going to be him out of this session. Who is next? Is it the small one? It is. And he's actually the 2 laps in a row here, the small one. Is this going to tell you just how much the track has improved? It is not in the end of it. I don't think he had enough battery by the end of that. Essex Perry on that in lap. He can't do no more. Let's see who else they come across the line now. Real Bricky. Let's see where he goes here. 8 seconds down to 5th place. That is a great lap from Real Bricky. F1ology as well. Let's see where he goes here on his final flying lap. He's not going to chance to go up the field here. He's currently 9.5 seconds down. Where's he going to go? Up to 4th. brilliant lap there. Alex now across the line. That is a brilliant lap there. 1.5 seconds clear. And that is brilliant. But let's see what Wismo can do. He's only 1.1 seconds away, but he can't take it. Blackburn is in P3. Hazard with a great lap at the end. It's got up to P4. Henson with an even better lap for P3. Who's next? I don't know if there was anyone else afterwards, but if there was, I didn't see him in the top 3. That was very chaotic there, but I want to see very quickly all of the things that have just happened. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Alex there on pole, 1.1 seconds clear. If I because that's someone off in front of me got spooked. Yeah, 1.1 seconds clear of Wismo there, Alex. And our Henson is surprise P3. Blackman P4, has a P5, the small one P6, Leon P7, Ethology P8, Thomas P9, and Real Bricky in our top 10. He said it was one of the best ups Spar he's done. BRVK in P11, Dr. Shea P12, Essex Ferry P13, Ria Harris 14th, Ramna 15th, Niang goes P16th, Penguin P17, Bluebird and Wissy round out the final row of this grid. But that was a pretty interesting qualifying with a damn lot of gaps. I'm very surprised by that. Yeah, I'm not too sure if there's going to be any rain for this race. Currently, we are seeing absolutely none of it. But if there is anything like that qualifying session, you know what? Get me in here. This is going to be amazing to see. The only thing I'm going to say, though, is, well, if it's going to be fully dry this whole race, it might be a bit of a snooze fest, I'll be quite honest with you. I think Alex here, obviously he's on those soft tyres and was nearly 1.1 seconds clear, so fair play to him. It's an incredible gap. However, he might have Wismo to deal with off the start, and if he doesn't have Wismo to deal with off the start, then, well, I'm not really too sure what else to say. It'll be quite a boring fight for the lead, we'll just put it that way. Meanwhile, my live timings are going absolutely crazy. Hopefully they're all okay. Yeah, I think they're just... I actually really don't know. I believe they're all okay, but I think it's because most people haven't listed on here yet. But anyway, we have a formation lap on, actually. This is something I don't know if it's actually on in the rules, but I guess we've got a formation lap now. I don't think we ever had one, but yeah, here we go. Let's have a quick look and see how this goes. Alex and Wismo choosing the hards alongside a ram left down the field. BRVK as well on the softs. So... yeah, I don't believe we've ever had a formation lap, at least not for a while. So I'm not too sure why we suddenly have one now, but the fact we do at least can let us know all these sorts of times right now. It's actually quite nice just to go and chill out here. But everyone else, on a set of mediums, not really too surprised by that at all. Penguin still needs an invite, so let me just have a quick look. I don't know if he's... Hold on a minute, just give me a second. I don't know who Penguin is here. So if he's in the Audi... Oh, God. I'm trying to make sure if I can add him here. Let me just make sure. 1 second, everybody. Obviously not too much going on right now, so this actually gives me a bit of time. Abo 2011, is that him? I can't tell. Sorry, just want to make sure this. Yeah, Abo 2011. I want to make sure. Is that his EA? It is. Yeah, Abo 2011. Let's see. Has he decided to add me? I don't believe he has. Yeah, okay. I could try and get him in, but I don't believe I'll be able to. Obviously, now he's on Xbox. So yeah, obviously I'm on PlayStation, and I can't invite through cross console unless I've got his EA. And unfortunately, he's not been able to add me. So if anyone does have him added, please add Penguin into the session. That'd be amazing. I don't think Bluebird can get added in here. He's tried a couple of times now, and it's just not worked out for him. Meanwhile, I think Real Bricky there's definitely taking it quite slowly on this formation lap. But yeah, I'm just surprised we have one. We shouldn't have had a formation lap. But we now do. It's stating in our rules that we don't anyway. But yeah, we can at least see some funny angles here across the start. Hopefully someone can just do something really funny and they just park in the most awkward spot ever. The small one there has already messed up his parking, so not a good start to this race for him. But you never know, only way could be up right now. He is currently in P6, so if he stays there, I think he'd be quite happy with that one. As well as that, actually, this is a great race for Red Bull to capitalise on the Constructors' Championship. I think this is actually... Is this 9 different teams in the top 10? I believe it is. So we've done pretty well there, at least. But yeah, now all of this grid is going to be ready here for the 5 red lights. Just going to have to give it just a quick second here as everybody tries to load in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Alex and Whisper on the hard tyres. Everyone chasing down on the medium tyres. Someone's already jumped the start. Unfortunate for him, but it is lights out and we are underway. Alex gets a really nice start fix assisted. Our Henson there up into P2, up into P1 on their medium tyres. It was completely expected. The hard tyres are going to really struggle at the start of this race. And Blackburn there too. He's side by side with Whisburn. In fact, he's ahead of Whisburn there, going up towards Eau Rouge and Bradion. I think there's a little bit of contact behind, but nothing too serious so far. Let's see it now. Our Henson and Alex side by side. Blackburn as well right behind them. Everyone here dumping all their battery, dumping everything they can. Alex as well, especially. It's so crucial for him to stay ahead on the hard tyres. Can he make it work? That's a bit aggressive from him. And Blackbone now could sail around there for P2. Potentially, he's going to be very close between him and our Henson. And our Henson, I think, he's just going to make it. No, he does not. He goes quite deep on the brakes. And Hazard there on the inside. Whisburn there falling down places. Small one as well. Trying his best to go a little bit further up the field. Our Henson keeps himself ahead of Blackbone for now. But everyone here looks to be doing all okay. No major spins as well so far. Other than that drive-through for Ghost there, unfortunately. I think that is everything so far right now. Anyway, though, meanwhile, Henson goes for the lead again. He's going to go for the big dive, and is he going to make it stick? I think he's just about going to on their medium tyres. We can see the race strategies there. 2 stopping on the soft tyres. Bad news to BRVK, unless he could get all that pace in his car. But look at the ERS difference here. Alex here with about 60%. Our Henson, absolutely nothing. Here we go, down towards Blanchimont here. There's going to be absolutely nothing our Henson could do. And there we go. He's down to P2. He's going to get down to P3 as well. He's going to get down to P4. As we're nearly 3 wide in the background. Oh, Henson's going to try and attack Alex there. Just to defend from Blackbone. Blackbone gets a little bit of a twitch. And he's all okay so far. Hazard now tries to drive running outside of Blackbone. He can't do it just yet. But Alex maintains the lead currently. He's got the battery as well in favour. And Hazard now on the inside of Blackbone. We've got the small one in the back there. On the inside of Whisburn. He makes the move stick. It's been actually pretty decent here so far. At least from what I've been seeing. And Whisburn there gets back ahead of the small one. Meanwhile, Hazard and our Henson have got hardly any battery to play with. But Alex out front does. I think our Henson, though, he wants that lead back on them softer compounder tyres. Meanwhile, further back, look at this. Hazard getting swarmed here by Blackbone and Whisburn. He's going to move down 2 places there. Leon, interestingly, up into P6. Great start from Leon there. He's up 1 place. Ahead of the small one, in fact. And meanwhile, Dr. Shea, we saw it's a decent pace of qualifying. He is currently up in 11th place. Meanwhile, Leon fighting with Hazard. Leon up against another position there. Rhea Harris as well, trying to recover. He's up ahead against Thomas. Let's see now. He's up 6 places. Hazard as well makes the move on Leon. Leon tries to make it around the outside. I think that was going to be quite an audacious one if Leon was able to do it, and I don't think he's going to be able to. And now the small one, surely. He's got the battery in favour. Can he make it past? He just about can on the Mercedes. Lovely move there from the small one. And can he capitalise on 2? He's going to think about Hazard there. No, he's not be able to do it, though. But meanwhile, Alex out in front. Look like he's able to manage that battery just a bit better than here than our Henson. Our Henson used quite a bit there down this straight, and he's not able to do much else with it now. The small one here is ahead of Hazard. Rhea Harris ahead of Leon. This is where we're seeing all the different battery levels come into play. Hazard inside, he's got to back out. Rhea Harris goes through. We're seeing all sorts of things going on here with the battery. And meanwhile, Alex out in front, keeping a cool head, and everyone here is still going quite cleanly so far. Our Henson, though, sets the fastest lap, closely followed by Blackbone. Rhea Harris, he's going to make another move here, up into P6. But no, he gets that broken there by Hazard. On the inside there goes Thomas, and I don't think he's going to be able to make a move there. Now, Leon, in fact, might be on the back of him. I don't think he's going to be able to make a move yet. But now, look at that, our Henson having to lift quite a bit. You heard it down there, up towards Eau Rouge and Radion, but now he's got the overtake mode, and is it going to be 2 for 1 here for Blackbone? We're going to have to cut it away here. Alex has been able to defend from 1. Can he defend from 2? He might not be able to. He goes deep. Tiny bit of contact between the pair, and our Henson now tries to go back around the outside. Oh, Blackbone, it's so close between everyone, but our Henson then makes the defensive shift, and there we go. He is right round there, up into P2. Once again, Wizard as well, still holding on with these guys on the hard tyres, and has the most battery out of everyone. It's interesting to see how this plays out. And Rhea Harris actually goes a bit wide, really shuffles Hazard to the inside there, but he's going to get the move. Hazard, no, he's not. Rhea Harris gets him back on the switchback. That was a lovely move there from the Williams driver. And right now, actually, he needs to make some spaces in this race because he needs to actually close up to the rest of this train. Meanwhile, our Henson, I think he's trying to save some battery now, but I think Alex knows it. He is using every bit, I'm sure, of that overtake button because he knows now this might be his chance to get away from that 1 second window, and he's getting there slowly, very slowly, but now it's over a second and our Henson can do no more. He's got no battery to use, and Wisburn now right behind Blackbone. You know what? It's going to be now a fight for second because our Henson is right out of there now. Meanwhile, let's see what else is going on here. Oh, Alex. Oh, that's... I think that was Essex Perry, Reflenology, either of the two. Hazard has been spanned round. I think it might have been Essex Perry, I don't know. Whoever it was, that was a pretty bad rejoin. Reflenology tried to find space on the grass, but Leon and Dr. Shea, I think they made it through unscathed. I might be wrong. But yeah, Leon definitely did. I think Dr. Shea might have a tiny bit of damage there. I think on the left-hand side he does. Let me just double check here. He does, unfortunate stuff. Meanwhile, Blackbone and Wisman have cleared our heads, and he's got no battery left in that Red Bull car. Meanwhile, the other lot have been saving it all, especially for that straight, you can tell. Meanwhile, Dr. Shea and Leon now side by side with Dr. Shea. Oh, Leon as well has had a bit of an incident with him. I think the pair of them did have damage, and there we go, Essex Perry going quite deep there. That's going to allow Hazard back through, and potentially even a Ramlev. Yes, it does. Meanwhile, while I was saying all of this, lots of position shifts are being made. I think Dr. Shea is all right at the minute. Leon, unfortunately, though, has now got damage himself. So I don't know if he did have damage beforehand, but if he doesn't beforehand, he definitely does right now. Meanwhile, Blackburn currently in second. He's trying to save as much battery as possible. But Alex right now in a bit of a commanding state on the hard tyres, obviously, as well. So he's only on 4 laps in this race. They still should be slower than those medium tyres, but they're currently not because he's broken that 1 second window, and everyone else here is too busy bothering with each other. Meanwhile, here you go, Wismar now maybe actually disproving my point. He's going to make a move on a medium tyre runner, and there we go. He is up now in second place. Meanwhile, both of the Red Bulls here fighting. Our heads to the small one. The small one, you have to say, is in a better position so far, and actually he's in a maybe potentially podium contention spot because Rhea Harris cannot catch up to these guys so far. Meanwhile, it's still side-by-side chicane as I think Leon there dives into the pit lane. Yeah, he does. Maybe for that wing change that he desperately needs. Meanwhile, here we got Small One here dropping back a bit off his teammate our Henson, but our Henson himself is also dropping back off everybody. Here you go, look, Small One compared to our Henson. Look at the battery difference. Maybe the Small One actually will try and shape up a move on our Henson. No, he stops deploying. And there we go. Look, actually, here you go, Rhea Harris. That just tells you how much he's pushing. He's got absolutely nothing left to his name in terms of battery, but he can't catch. He just cannot catch these guys at the minute. Meanwhile, the Small One, look like he's on a much better exit there. He's going to drive around his teammate, I'm sure now, and up into P4 where he goes. He's gone a bit deep, but I think he's made that move stick. Yes, he has. Oh, it's very close track limits, though. Definitely very deep, but yeah, Small One up now into P4, still on what should be the quicker tyre, but obviously, he's going to get past Blackburn if he even wants to think about a podium contending spot. Another thing to note now is, it's BRVK that gets a penalty. The first one actually in this race. The other thing to note right now is Rhea Harris, obviously he's out of that 1 second window, but now our Henson is here. He looks like he's struggling quite a bit. You can tell he dropped a second off his teammate. And obviously that's with him saving battery, but now the small one here, he has just as well managed his battery. And meanwhile, actually, Blackburn and Wisman going really slowly. I think really trying to regain all that battery. He might try to break 1 second, in fact. Maybe last lap, and then just realised he couldn't do it, and he's gone back here behind Blackburn just to make sure he can recharge everything in that car. And to be fair, it looks like he has actually done that perfectly here, because Blackburn now only about 30% battery. Wisburn here, he's going to be at 100 out of this corner, I'm sure. Blackburn gets 60%, but yeah, there you go. Wisburn on 100% with the overtake mode as well. He is going to be flying down this straight, and I'm sure he will get Blackbone back for what he just did to him. Here we go, right down through Eau Rouge and Radion now. There we go. He's basically no contest. Look at that. And here we go. The two teammates here. Are they going to go for it here? Henson here looks like he's going to try to defend from his teammate. I don't think the Swan's going to make a move. No, he sits back, actually. Oh, no, sorry. The Swan actually got past. Oh, yeah, he did get past, didn't he? I'm an idiot. Sorry. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, but anyway, Swan has now got some battery to go with. He might try and pounce on Blackburn as early as this lap. He's not got the overtake mode, obviously, Blackburn right now, but Small One does, and he has got a bit more battery, in fact, than the Cadillac. So let's see what the Swan's going to do. In fact, actually, the Swan's also okay for fuel, as Ethnology and Hazard are currently fighting here for the top 10 position. Meanwhile, Real Bricky, a couple positions down there, he is in P13. Unfortunately for the Alpine boys, it's not going too well for him. As Hazard on the inside makes the move sick. The Ethnology get it back on the inside. He just about can't. Meanwhile, though, Blackburn actually fell quite a way away from Wisburn there, and now he's got nothing really to defend from the Small One. Let's see. Will Blackburn just use his battery, get greedy? Yes, he does. But will the Small One as well? Because actually, I think he senses now that a move is going to be on. He's going to go to the outside. That is going to be a move made for the Small One up into P3. Let's see now, is he going to be able to get up into that P2 spot? Because I think, actually, the Small One, we've seen it quite often before where he has got podium contending pace. I think the most obvious one was Canada, but he obviously is a bit of a victim to his own mistakes. He did get penalised for the send on Bluebirds turn 1, and as well as that, also picked up penalties throughout the race. The main one I picked out when I was watching the stream, watching the race. The main one I picked out was when he pits. Obviously, a tyre offset is good, but when you're getting undercut with such a margin on this game, you will not be able to overturn it with a slight tyre offset, which he had. He only had about 4 to 5 laps. Oh, it's Blackburn very deep there on the brakes. He's going to have to cut the corner, and he's lost that 1 second to the Small One. Hence now, like music to his ears, he's going to come up to the back of Blackburn now, I'm sure of it. Blackburn does have more battery, and obviously still has the overtake mode. Henson, obviously, though, we've seen it. He was in the lead momentarily at the start of this race. There's something I also want to note here. Incredible racing so far. I think there's been a couple bits of contact, obviously, but for where a bunch of new people have joined, it's been pretty damn good, honestly. I think there's only been 1 or 2 things that I'm really not happy about. The main one being the bit of the final chicane with the Aston Martin. I don't know who it was. It might have been Essex Perry, but I think he definitely had a bit of a bad rejoin there. So probably a report to look into for the stewards. Meanwhile, though, Wisburn still out here in the P2 spot. Alex only 3.7 seconds clear. He's just managing that gap now, actually 4.1, 4.2. As I think Wisburn is just managing the battery. There we go. The Swan up into second. He takes track position over the overtake mode. Oh, and he's quite skating out there into the final corner. It was a lovely little drift we saw. But we look to see now, is he going to be able to make this work here? The Swan still doing all right so far, but Wisburn here with 100% battery and on the overtake mode. I think it's been quite obvious here what we're going to see next. The Swan One probably won't be able to defend. I think his target now is just to stay ahead of Blackbone, and he definitely is going to do that. As Wisburn on the inside into Eau Rouge. That was amazing from him. As meanwhile, Lian goes to tire for the session. He's quite far back, and Ethnology as well also, into the pit lane. But he had got a speeding penalty, so unfortunate stuff from him. Meanwhile, the Small One still on the back of Wisburn, but it looks like those rear tyres are fading from him. We definitely saw it in that final sector. As Ria Harris heads to side by side, that looked to be just about close enough to not make contact. Good stuff from them. But yeah, there you go. The Small One now down into P3, but right now I don't think he's going to be too unhappy with that one whatsoever. He is currently in a podium position. And like I was saying earlier about his podium mishaps, or his potential mishaps on track, the reason why I'm making it so clear is that this could be his first podium in BRL. He obviously joined last season, I believe, and we know he has pace. We absolutely do know he's got pace. Meanwhile, sorry, BRVK, I mean, to cut the corner there slightly, but Real Bricky definitely takes his team on the outside there. Now it's a nice move from him. Yeah, but the main reason why I'm talking about it is that, well, look at him. He is very quick, and in fact, yeah, it's very, very, very quick compared to Wisburn. Maybe this is chance now to come into the pit lane, because I don't believe he should be using that battery for that reason. Here we go. Let's see it now. Yeah, he does. So he just passes him to get the on-track position, and he is in. So this will be about 30 laps on tyres, and there we go, actually. Yellow flag on cue as Wissy has a spin, and spins again there on the track now. Meanwhile, though, Small One does win to the pit lane for a set of hard tyres. Rhea Harris follows him in, probably to try his best to get any sort of undercut on anyone and get back in that overtake range. Dr. Shea as well into the pit lane. Will the Small One get out ahead of Hazard here? It's going to be quite close, in fact. The Small One is going to maybe just about get through, but he's got to start deploying that battery as soon as he can, because he does not want Hazard to interfere with him at all, much like how Ramliff and Hazard are interfering right now with Rio Harris's race. He's going to have 2 bits of traffic to clear. Meanwhile, Hazard, he's going to use the battery. Small One should know it now. Surely he does. No, he doesn't. He's not going to defend it. Hazard now up into P6. Small One obviously has just pitted, but he's going to be held up now behind the Ferrari. This is why we basically said about his mishaps. And there we go. Look, Hazard being so slow on some of these corners, he's going to bring Rio Harris back into it. This is exactly what I was saying about his mishaps. He should have deployed all his battery down there to make sure he kept ahead of the traffic. And there you go. Look, he's making all bits of contact with him right now because he can't get by. And he's just on such slower tyres now. Is Hazard compared to the Small One. And there we go. Hazard goes wide. Is the Small One's chance? Surely it's going to have to be. Hazard there has got hardly any battery left to go. And the Small One right round the outside of him. Is he going to make it work? Lovely move there from the Small One. Obviously on fresher tyres. But that does not detract from the fact of that move. That was a lovely move on those tyres. But now he still has that issue of Rhea Harris. The gap was close to 2 seconds between them. But Rhea Harris now is going to have to contend with Hazard. In fact, Hazard actually is maybe going to contend with the Small One, but he's also not got enough battery here. So let's have a look. I think he's going to be all okay with Small One into the chicane, and he's got the battery over Hazard too. He's not going to overtake mode, obviously, but he's got the battery. That's a good thing here. Meanwhile, Blackbone and our heads to come in, probably to cover off, or at least attempt to cover off, the bits for the Small One and Rhea Harris. So let's see. Does the Small One get out ahead of the pair of them? He does, yes. So Blackbone on a set of hard tyres now, but he is actually going to be susceptible to Rhea Harris here. Let's have a quick look as they come out of this pit lane. Blackbone as well needs to be mindful of where he makes this move. Small One there deploying his battery, but there you go. Look, it's already not been enough. He needs to defend these positions a bit more if he wants to make sure he's okay in this race. So he's going to start deploying now, I can guarantee it. Yeah, down to 24. But it's a bit too late there. Blackbone has officially made the overcut work. And now, this is going to be a fight for the podium. Blackbone, the Small One, Rhea Harris. Our heads of fortune here is stuck behind now the McLaren of a Ramliff. Dr. Shea, kind of a bit of no man's land right now. However, he has at least made his stop. And he's up at P9 currently. Hazard as well is going to be trying to chase him down. Let's see here now. Actually, he's a Small One, gets very close to the back of Blackbone there. And I think he's going to try to make a move here. It's Blackbone on cold tyres. He's obviously not going to be the quickest on this lap. He even needs a bit of battery out of that section there just to try and make sure he was all safe. And a Ram left there. Looks like he's almost let our heads by, being on the completely different line. Meanwhile, Blackbone 3 seconds, he's got wide. And the Small One takes him into the next corner. Brilliant. Once again, from the Small One, in all fairness, he's doing a great job this race so far. Once again, like I say, it's all just about cleaning up the mistakes that he currently has, and he's doing it just a bit better race by race. Obviously, though, he could be proving me wrong in the next couple of laps, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But he has now got a bit of a battery disadvantage to Blackbone, but he also doesn't have that 3-second penalty, so he's definitely got a one-up here on Blackburn as long as he can keep within that 3 seconds there. Thomas as well into the pit lane. He's got the freshest hard tyres on now, out of anyone. Let's see where he can make up positions there throughout this race. Meanwhile, though, there's still some more fights going on at the back here. Hazard, F1ology, Leon as well, who actually might be able to 2-stop here with those 5-lap-old hard tyres. Same with Essex Perry, because both of them pit quite early. BRVK might be the same too. Wissy, obviously, on those tyres as well, is going to be quite slow. Meanwhile, Blackbone on the back of Small One. Both of them have got no battery left. You can see it right there. They have absolutely nothing left. Now, the main thing here for the Small One is he needs to make sure that he stays ahead of Rhea Harris, and he also needs to make sure he does not get a 3-second penalty. That is his main mission, because right now, Wisburn and Alex are untouchable. Alex is a bit more untouchable than most, but that's more as per, really. Whisper, though, still doing a cracking job out there in P2. Meanwhile, Ethology fighting away with Leon there. Ethology trying to find any way round, but Leon making his Mercedes wide as anything right there. That was brilliant from Leon there. And he's holding on to P11 currently. I'll also just make sure, because obviously points only go down now to P12 in our races. So the guys down here, they are going to score currently nothing. Wissy, Real Bricky, BRVK and Essex Perry would have scored, at least in the terms of positions where they were, but now Ethnology makes the move on Leon. However, probably used a lot of battery for that one too, so we'll have to wait and see now how Leon responds, or if he responds, as meanwhile, Blackbone on, there is Rio Harris. Rio Harris trying to make a lovely move there into chicane. That was brilliant from him. However, Blackbone did go wide slightly, so I don't know if there was any contact between the pair. However, brilliant move nonetheless, at least from that camera angle. Rio Harris up into 4th place, and he's now just going to set his sights on the small one as long as he can defend from the charging Cadillac behind. He's got more battery here, Blackbone, so he is going to be a threat going down towards the Kemmel Straight, towards their com. And to be fair, the small one here is going to have some issues. If both of these guys start deploying battery, this could be potential 3 wide down towards the next chicane. But the thing is, they've run out of battery. Rio Harris especially has. Blackbone charges it up instead. He wants more of that battery to come back at Rio Harris later in the lap. He does not want to keep dropping off here because Blackbone currently is our championship leader, don't you forget. And right now, Bluebird is not scoring points. That is the closest driver to him in the championship. So he wants as many points as possible, which makes complete sense right now. I could tell you maybe, I think Whisper will still take the lead currently. Let's say, for example, he finished 2nd. I think he still takes the lead over Blackbone, but I might be incorrect with that. So it'll be very close. But as long as Blackbone can stay whereabouts he is in P5, I don't think he'll be having too many issues by the end of this race. It'll just be a bit unfortunate that the top 2 are practically untouchable. We'll just put it that way. Meanwhile, though, Rio Harris and the small one here, the pair of them, looking like they're going to get quite close together now. Blackbone too, who actually looks like he's on a good run here on Rio Harris. Let's see. Is he going to think about making a move, or will they both just start doing whatever the hell they want? Because Rio Harris now has got nothing left, and is he going to be able to get in that 1 second? Whoa, he's got a penalty, so he might have got into it, but unfortunately for him, that's no more clean bits, and no, he hasn't even got any overtake. So the small one has got a really nice advantage now out here. He's got a little bit of a drift into turn 1 as well, just for the fans, I think. Thomas now gets headed to Ramlev, who is now off of them hard tyres, especially there, lap 11, actually lap 12 is when he crosses it. So yeah, mediums for him for, I think, the last 9 or 10 laps of this race, depending on how you want to view it. However, he's got a lovely little train for him to go and get past. Meanwhile, Blackbone is going to get past the Williams of Rio Harris. So the pair of these two are swapping, but now this is only for a net P4. Obviously, Swan has not got any other things to worry about now, unless he's got 3 warnings there. So let's have a quick look. Where or what has he picked it up from? Let's have a look. So he's got an exceeded track limits penalty. He's got a 2nd exceeded track limits, and he's got to cross the pit lane line. We know that cross the pit lane line is all okay, but however, the 2nd track limit there is already upon him. So he can just try and keep it clean and just think about the fact that he cannot be worried about dropping less than 3 seconds to these guys. It doesn't matter as long as he stays in that little gap that he's got. But he also could worry about potential penalties that might not be correct. You know, some of these guys might not be actually having a legitimate 3-second penalty. You never know. Meanwhile, though, he actually just set the fastest middle sector in this race. So he is definitely going quite quick as Winsford into the pit lane. Obviously, he'll now go to the medium tyre, but I don't think there's really going to be any chance of him catching Alex. Meanwhile, though, Blackburn and Rio Harris has sworn as a massive lock-up. Blackburn has an even bigger one there, and he has let past Rio Harris there, and he's up into P4 now. Rio Harris as well, actually, might try and go for the move now, because Swan here was 100% battery, but pretty much the same here is Rio Harris, and he's got the overtake mode now on him. Wisman is behind all of these guys, so we know that Alex will, no matter what, get ahead in this race. But the Swan currently having to hold off Rio Harris. I don't know if these guys will be able to hold off Wisman once he gets going. But yeah, let's put it this way right now. The Swan doing really well to hold on to second. He's going to keep holding on to second so far. As Rhea Harris, obviously, with that penalty, could it be argued? We do not know. But yeah, there we go. He's currently in third place right now. Let's see. Oh, actually, he's picked up damage. Yeah, Rhea Harris picked up damage. I don't know if he's had that for longer than I expected. But if he only picked it up now, then yeah, bit of an upset for him, actually, because yeah, he's currently in third. He's just got that penalty, though, so that is going to be a bit of an issue. He's actually closing quite a lot up. We can tell where he's using his battery and where the small one isn't. The pair of them looking pretty equal here on battery as well. Blackburn as well, trying his best to hold on, but I don't think he can. And Wisburn here, surely just making those mediums a bit gentle on the introduction. Just making sure they don't wear out massively by the end of this race. All he knows is that he just needs to pass the small one, and he will be all okay. Alex is a pit lane. The only thing that can stop him is a 10-second penalty, and he's nailed that there. I think he's all okay for the rest of this race. He will just need to do just regular laps driving around by himself, and he will be the happiest man of this week. Actually, no, to be honest, I'm probably the happiest man of this week. In fact, this race has even got ahead. It's been incredible to see the amount of people that have managed to join us here for this race, and I'm very glad, honestly. I'm really, really glad. And meanwhile, though, actually, Rhea Harris with the fast lap of the race. So let's see now. He's trying to find any sort of way around the small one currently, but obviously with that 3-second penalty, can't really gain anything from it unless there's a genuine issue there. Oh, a Ramleth. Oh, wow. He has hit Ephonology. I don't know what these two have done, but a Ramleth got a 10-second penalty for it. So whatever has happened, something has happened there. As meanwhile, here we go. Rhea Harris now on the small one. I think the small one just let him go. He's got no battery left to go, and he's going to be quite close on the rear there, but there we go. Rhea Harris up into second place. Wisman as well, actually, though. Not gaining as much yet. Obviously, we know it will come to him, but he's not getting as much yet as I thought. He obviously needs to pass Blackbone. A ram lift just went off the track and probably killed Ephonology. I have never seen him called a ram lift before. That is an incredible slander name, I'm just saying. Meanwhile, Rhea Harris here in the small one. The pair of them once again close on battery, and the small one is quite close, in fact, to this P3. Just got to be very careful of these track limits. Once again, we know he's got 2 track limit warnings. He's got to be miles careful of those track limits. So as soon as we go on board with him, we see it, how much he's pushing him, really. He's used a bit of battery out of that section, but so has Rhea Harris. I think the small one here might choose to stay back, because right now, Blackburn currently out of that 1-second window, but actually he's going to be back in with no battery. So, yeah, there we go. It doesn't really matter what he does at the minute. We're just going to make sure he saves all that battery here, the Swan. He does indeed. Rhea Harris saves a little bit more through that chicane, but right now, the Swan has got the most out of the two here. And actually, he's going to try and make a move here in towards turn 1. Is he going to make it work? It's going to be early on the brakes, in fact, for the Swan. But Rhea Harris quite deep on the brakes, in fact. And Rhea Harris gets the traction, but the small one there is going to make the move. Meanwhile, Rhea Harris, he's got the more battery now to make it work. But here we go. Rhea Harris actually goes quite wide at Eau Rouge. That was actually very wide, in fact. But now, Wisburn is going to be on the charge, I'm sure of it. He's made the move now past Blackbone. Rhea Harris going onto the grass to get by the small one. The small one can break later, though, because of it. And Rhea Harris has to go and take it to the escape road. And Wisburn there just goes through. Rhea Harris goes back through after all of that. So I'm not too sure if that was Rhea Harris there, just because he had grass on his tyres. He was struggling into that corner. But I think it was okay. It's just, yeah, the Sword's just got to start being more careful. He's got to know now that P3 is the target. And obviously, because Wisburn is going to be on those fresher tyres, he's going to probably make the move now on Rhea Harris right now, if he can. Right up having a tea break, I do make a perfect cup of tea. Ephonology, what you do... I mean, actually, what do you do? Do you put the milk in first? If you do, never talk in this chat again. Meanwhile, the small one goes quite wide. Definitely touched with the gravel there. He's definitely quite wayward. And meanwhile, we're going to now see the Swan probably actually here under threat from Rhea Harris. He's got the boost. In fact, the Swan is actually using it, but it's not the thing I think he should be doing here. As Wisburn is probably going to be able to make a move on the both of these guys in a moment's time. Oh, Rhea Harris just hit the back there of the Swan, I believe, and Rhea Harris actually lifts off a little bit. I did notice that. But now look at these four. They're all in tandem with each other. The small one with the lowest amount, actually. Wismer thinks about the move immediately. Just can't make it stick right now. But he knows that down this straight is his best chance. He's got so much more grip to play with on those medium tyres. Rhea Harris, in fact, might try to make the move up towards Eau Rouge. This is going to be clear. So close and careful. Please don't touch. But they're very close together. The Swan still holding the place here, but I'm sure he's going to get swallowed up now. Look at this. 1, 2. Wisburn mostly off the track there, trying his best to make sure the move works. But now Blackburn is going to be free. There's contact, and Blackburn's half round. I can't tell what has just happened, because now Wisburn somehow, after being on the grass, has made it work. I'm not too sure how he's done it, but Wisburn, I think, was what, P5 or P4 in that, and he's made it past Rhea Harris in the small one, and he's going to be up into second place. So let's see now what these guys can do, because the small one, I don't know if he'll be getting a penalty for that, but once again, all he's got to know now, once again, is just to stick within that 3-second window of Rhea Harris and Blackburn if he gets past. That's all he's got to do. The only reason I'm hyping up this watch is because I've seen him get so many potential podium chances and lose it. It's not been very fun to watch. And you know what? Hopefully he gets it, because he has been already trying for a couple of races, and it's just so annoying to see all the mistakes. Meanwhile, though, Hazard and Dr. Shea here are fighting. Haven't really actually looked too much at the midfield since, because these guys have been constantly swapping. But yeah, Rhea Harris now up into that P2 spot, and Swan and Wisburn are right behind. So yeah, Hazard also made the move there. Dr. Shea, I think Dr. Shea couldn't make that switchback work there. So yeah, nice defensive driving there from Hazard after he made that move. Dr. Shea is going to try his best to get back at Hazard, but he's got no battery left for the rest of this lap, so he can make that move if he so wants. That's tyre rubbing there down that straight, but Dr. Shea now is going to have no battery and no overtake mode. Speaking of overtake mode, though, Rhea Harris is going to have none of it. He's got no battery either. Let's see, can either of these guys here make the move? I was sure that here Wisburn can make the move around the outside. He's going to be late on the brakes. No, he's not. I really thought he would have been on those medium tyres, get quite comfortable, confident with him, but no. He's just trying his best, probably, just to make sure that he can hold on to a P2. But no, as I say that, he puts a move down the inside of Rhea Harris. They're very close to hugging tyres, and we do not want that in this game, and it's very close again. Wisburn with a great move round the outside into second place. We're seeing some brilliant moves in this race so far, and it's just lovely to see. But actually, I need to hold on to these guys, because will Rhea Harris come back in here as soon as I say brilliant moves? No, not just yet. However, Hazard, Dr. Shea, both of those two are still fighting. And meanwhile, Leon and Essex Perry, is Leon so quite a lot there. So maybe he had a bit of contact there with Essex Perry and he's let him by. Could also be potential punctures. Obviously, they're on 13 lap-old tyres. So, yeah, going to be quite bad for him at the minute. Meanwhile, Rhea Harris has gone back ahead of Wisburn, but that is a lot before the corner. And now the small one is right on the back of the pair of them. I don't think he should make the move here. And there we go. It looks like he's backing out quite a lot. And yeah, definitely the smartest thing to do, as these guys will be obviously constantly fighting. Rhea Harris won't have the overtake mode as well. The small one will, and it's just a couple laps to go now. Meanwhile, we're seeing Wisburn and Rhea Harris going pretty close here. Rather saying, sorry, F&G controller went to something. I was probably... I don't know what that would have been actually, but yeah, anyway. Meanwhile, the small one and Blackbone still currently out there, getting closer to each other. Blackbone trying his best to make it up after that half speed he had. I can't tell who was at fault for it, but it didn't look like the small one was. Meanwhile, Wisburn and Rhea Harris, both of them side by side once again. Wisburn's going to be careful about this. Oh no, Leon retires, potentially for a puncture, and that would have actually, it wouldn't have forced him out the point, so I don't know why he's retired. From that, he could have just pit and yeah, come in. I'm not sure why he's done that, but yeah, anyway, Leon retires from 11th place. I'm quite surprised by that one. That is going to promote Ethnology up into the points, as is Wissy, I believe, and the small one here just drives round Rhea Harris somehow. I don't know what happened there. Obviously he's got damage, but maybe Rhea Harris might have went wide. Not too sure. But oh, sorry, I was going to say Ethnology might be into the points. I think he still is, but with 60 seconds of penalties. Obviously, 10-second penalty speeding a bit later is probably the main culprit of that. It's all small one there actually goes wide. You can see the gravel on his side. He's got to be careful with what he's doing. I'm just making sure. Yeah. Yes, Cookie Lad, you're missing my strategies in this. You know what? This has been a great strategy game in terms of where to make moves so far. So you know what? Not missing it that much because right now this is great. There's Rhea Harris on the inside, double front lock up. Oh my god, he's so close to hitting Wisburn there. And Wisburn really not having any sort of just I don't know, like he's not really not got pace. It's just he's being incredibly careful with these guys. Because right now the small one is still currently in second place. You've got to remember, he's not got penalties. He's on the older tyres, obviously, and the harder tyres as well with the 11-lap old hards. But it's quite interesting to see his Rhea Harris there trying to go around the outside of Rouge and Radion. I think he's got to think better on that one. But meanwhile now, Wisburn, covered by the trees, he's going to make a move there, as is Rhea Harris on the small one. And yeah, Blackbone's still lurking behind, but he's not really able to do anything else right now. Meanwhile, F1ology might be closer with his teammate now. It's Perry into the pit lane. He's probably going to go for a fast lap attempt in this race. Try and get an extra point as well, because Aston Martin right now, not done too bad for a P10 the P11 spot, although I think F1ology, yeah, don't know about that. Hence will get him because of pens. I don't believe he will, at least right now, because he's currently 4.5 seconds back. And in fact, actually, our Henson is still yellow on the fuel. Blackburn is yellow on the fuel as well. So these two might have on the fuel just that little bit too much. Let's have a quick look, if we can. Okay, Blackburn's hardly down on fuel. Okay, anyway, so is our Henson. They're both hardly down on fuel. We don't need to worry about it too much, but yeah, they're definitely quite minimal on it. So I don't think Blackburn or our Henson will be able to massively catch up to these guys anymore. Meanwhile, though, someone who's catching up quite a lot is Rhea Harris once again on Wisburn. And the small one, once again, just lurking in the background. I believe, once again, his best thing to do is just sit back and just see what happens. Because right now, he is still in the podium places. He's got nothing else to worry about. The only problem he could have is maybe if Rhea Harris gets another warning. And I want to try and check the warnings for Rhea Harris, actually, after this. Just in case he's maybe only got 3. Obviously, that'll be his only problem. Meanwhile, though, Blackbone is finally back into the 1 second window. So he's definitely going to have a bit more of a chance now to save that fuel, but I think he's basically marginal in terms of what he needs to save, so he should be all okay. But yeah, meanwhile, the small one looks to be trying to go and make a move now on the Wisburn and potentially Rhea Harris as well. But in fact, he's going to go for it on the pair of them, potentially. He's going to be 2 wide, maybe 3 wide. He's going to be on the inside. He's going to be careful. Remember, this is a potential podium chance he's got. Rhea Harris breaks even more of his wing there, but the small one just about holds on for a P2, and he's got to be careful because he's really trying his best, obviously, to make sure he gets the highest result possible. He just needs to be careful. He can't be so aggressive right now because any penalty will send him way further down than any of these fights will do. As Wisburn back on the inside, he's going to go around the outside here as a small one. He's still hold on. Incredible, however, incredibly aggressive, especially for a penultimate lap. You've got to think of this more on the final lap rather than now, especially as a small one currently is not going to get any overtake mode for this final lap. Our Henson, though, could actually, as Exotic said, I wasn't thinking of it, to be honest, because I did not think they'd actually be catching enough. But yeah, potentially they could all be catching here as the Sword trying to save his battery. Rhea Harris, is he just going to do the pair of them? No, he tries to go around the outside of Wisburn. Can he do it? No, he can't. Wisburn, in fact, actually might be trying to make a move here on the small one. No, he doesn't. So the small one is going to enter this final battle on this final lap with 100% battery, the most out the 3, but the no overtake here is going to be a bit of an issue. Meanwhile, Wisburn and Rhea Harris goes for a send. Just can't make it work there, but it might have forced Wisburn on a bit of a wider line than he would have wanted. And now, Wisburn might not be able to do it. Rhea Harris sails past already. He wants to try and get that incredible overspeed down towards this next sector. Can he get it? I do not know. Let's find out. Here we go. Rhea Harris here. He's going to try and make that move on the small one. He's got no battery to play with anymore. He's going to go for it to the outside, but he can't pull alongside enough. Meanwhile, the small one is lapping a Ferrari. I believe that's with Bluebird's ghosted car. But yeah, there you go. He's currently all okay. Meanwhile, Rio Harris just having to sit back. He's going to try and go for a move, but when he ran the outside, can't make it, obviously, with that damaged wing, however. And it makes sense. That wing does look pretty bad. Meanwhile, Essex Perry actually sets Master Slap. And meanwhile, actually, Wisburn, remember, you got to think in all of this, he has got to make the move on the small one. He's obviously got the flashing fuel light, but he should be okay for the rest of this race. I think Wisburn should defending Rio. I don't know, to be honest, because now Wisburn is in a prime position to take the P3 spot to a P2 spot. Let's have a quick look here as Alex actually just basically going around the final corner. We will catch on board with him in 1 second here. As Alex, I think he actually just span there, was just messing about. There we go, he's messing about. He's going to win this race, but who is going to take the second spot here on the podium? Is it, oh, there's Wisburn. He's going to get a penalty at the last. He's going to be very careful now, the small one. The pair of them, contact there. That is an awful camera angle. The small one's going to be careful, but Wisburn got a penalty. The small one's lost in the final. I don't believe it. I actually don't believe it. Oh my God. I do not believe it. All he had to do was one more traction zone and he couldn't do it. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. But my heart breaks for it, but at the same time, I cannot believe it. Yeah, it's fair to say the small one probably did force our track, but I think either way, that was going to be a nailed-on P3 for the small one. Oh, I just cannot believe it. Oh my God. Wow. Just wow. Wisburn takes second. Ria Harris, after that qualifying, takes third with a damaged wing as well. Brilliant job of him. Blackburn to P4 actually could still retain the championship lead. Henson P5 as well, and the small one, I mean, at least for his credit, he's got P6. It's good for Constructors' Championship. You just got to think of it. I don't think anyone hit him there. I think that might have genuinely just been on exit. If someone did hit him there, he's having to get a position back, most likely in this race. Thomas at P7 has a P8 as well. Kind of under the radar drive, so good on them. As Ethology comes to the pit, into the pit lane, I thought he did. But yeah, Essex Perry, P10 with a fastest lap, Ethology P11. And BRVK, I believe, will take the final point spot. Wissy couldn't hold on to it. No, he does not. Wow. Just wow. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I cannot believe that. P11 finish race to be Charlie David and 60 seconds of penalties. It's not what corner there was contact. I believe there was, but then the final corner was where he lost it. So I think that actually would have been on traction. Oh, I cannot believe it. He could have gone the slowest he ever could have gone out of that corner. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. But regardless here, Alex is your race winner. A fast lap also went to Essex Perry in the end. Ria Harris was driving today and most overtakes, and Alex as well with the cleanest driver, most likely because he had nothing else to do after the first few laps. So pretty much not involved anyone today. Wisburn, though, involved in everything, as is Ria Harris, as was Blackbone, as was the small one, as was our Henson, I think. Our Henson quite out of the way there. But yeah, Wisburn P2, Ria Harris P3. Oh, don't want to do that. Blackburn P4, I had a P5, Swan P6, Thomas P7 has a P8, Dr. Shea P9, Essex Perry rounding on top 10 with the fastest lap. Ethnology P11, BRVK P12, the last are point scorers, as Wissy just cannot break into those points. Real Bricky P14, Penguin P15, Bluebird P16, Leon Ramleth, and Neon Ghost were your DNFs after all of that. I don't think I'll be able to get all of the race director guys. I'm very sorry. Could only get about 7 laps of it if that does help. But oh, I cannot believe it. I actually cannot believe what I've just seen with the small one. Wow. But yeah, something I do just want to say very quickly. Thank you to everyone that has watched the stream. Thank you to absolutely everyone that took part. Thank you to all the drivers who have shown great battles today. Just thank you for keeping it going, because obviously last week we had the lowest amount of members we've had in a while in terms of only 9 drivers wanted to race. We've suddenly bumped that up. So I think it was 18 or 19 that race. And there are more people in line. And that's exactly what we want to see. W race, indeed it was. It was such a fun one, and I hope everybody enjoys watching it back. I really enjoyed commentating it as well. I will be able to try the provisional standings out, but I don't know if I will be able to. I'll have to make sure of that. But yeah, meanwhile, next week we are going to have Australia. I believe that's be on the 5th of August or the 4th of August. I'm on the two. I think it's the 5th. But yeah, there you go. I shall see you all next week. I'm Miss Cookie. This has been BRL Season 16, Round 4 at Spa. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.